All right, let's jump right in. Have you ever been on a call and just wished you could wave a magic wand and turn it into a done deal? Well, today we're going to break down 7 killer voice hacks that do pretty much just that. And the best part? All you need is your own voice.
So check this out. The big promise from our source material is that you can literally make people feel like you're reading their minds over the phone. I know, it sounds a little out there, right? But it's not about being psychic, it's about learning to hear what's really being said between the lines.
And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How on earth do you pull that off when you can't see their face or their body language? Well, the good news is you don't need a crystal ball. It all comes down to a set of skills you can start learning right now. To get there, we're going to focus on what's called the mind reader promise. And this is so important. This isn't just about closing one more sale. This is about fundamentally upgrading the way you communicate so that every single call you make is way more effective. And the payoff? Oh, it's huge. We're talking about real, tangible results. Your pitch actually sticks with them. They open up and tell you what's really bothering them. You build an actual connection, so you don't sound like a robocaller. And you get them to say, let's do it, without all the painful back and forth. That's the end game. So how do we make this happen? The secret is all about tuning into 3 channels of communication that, honestly, most people completely ignore on a phone call. These are where all the real information is hiding. Yep, just 3. That's it. This is not some massive 50-step program you have to memorize. It's about focusing on 3 simple things that will give you an almost unfair advantage. And here they are. It's all about their voice tone, those silence gaps in the conversation, and their breath patterns. For just a minute, forget the actual words they're saying. The real story, the real emotion, is buried in how they say things or in the moments they say nothing at all. Okay, so let's get practical. Let's see how this translates into our first set of hacks. This is where we stop just passively hearing words and start actively, strategically listening. First up, the tone radar. You know when someone says, "It's fine," but their voice just kind of deflates? Or when they say, "Oh, we handle it in-house," really fast? That change in tone is like a giant flare shooting up, signaling where their true pain is. Your job is to spot that flare and call it out. Next up, hack number 2, the breath barometer. Are they breathing really fast and shallow? That's pure stress. So here's the move. It's a 2-step. First, you match their pace for just a second to connect. Then, you deliberately slow your own breathing, slow your speaking. It's kind of wild, but they will subconsciously start to match you. And just like that, you've calmed them down and taken control of the call's energy. Okay, our third listening hack is the pause hunt. And the one thing to remember here is that a pause is never just a pause. That hesitation, that's where the good stuff is. So when you ask a tough question and you get that 2 or 3 seconds of dead air before they answer, that silence is pure gold. Whatever they say immediately after that pause is what you need to zero in on. All right, so you're basically a master listener now. You're picking up on all the secret signals. So let's flip the script. This next section is all about hacks for speaking so you can intentionally control your own delivery for a massive impact. This one is so simple, it feels like cheating, but it works. It's called the confidence switch. Before you even dial, think of something awesome, a big win, a happy client, whatever. Then create a physical trigger for yourself, like snapping your fingers. That little snap becomes your on button to instantly put a real smile and a shot of confidence into your voice. Way better than caffeine. We've all heard "not interested," right? It's a total gut punch. Well, this next hack is a mental game changer. Just imagine you have a sticky note on your computer that says, "Not yet, need proof," right over the words, "not interested." That simple little reframe flips a switch in your head. You stop thinking, "it's over," and you immediately start thinking, "Okay, what kind of proof do they need from me?" Now, for a really clever memory trick, the sound palace. The idea is to link key parts of your service to everyday sounds in your office. So the sound of your keyboard clicking could be your trigger to mention invite texts. The ding from the front door could remind you to talk about QR cards. It makes your whole pitch feel so natural and off the cuff because you're not reading a script, you're just reacting to your environment. And our final speaking hack is absolutely crucial. Always lead with their win. Don't start with what you do. Nobody really cares that you sell reputation services. That's about you. Instead, you say, "We add 40 reviews so your phone rings more." It's all about their victory, not your product. Okay, so you have all 7 hacks, but how do you really know if you're using them right? Well, now it's time to earn your phone mind reader badge. This is your final check to make sure these techniques are actually landing.
On your very next call, and I mean the very next one, use this as your scorecard. Ask yourself, did I match their pace? Did I find their pain point and actually say it out loud? And here's the big one. Did you get that magical phrase, yeah, that's exactly it? When you hear that, you know you've made a real connection.
Because ultimately, this is the moment you're aiming for. That little chuckle when they're so surprised by how well you get them that they just have to ask, how'd you know that? When you get that reaction, the sale is pretty much a done deal. You got them.
So there you have it, 7 hacks to turn your voice into your most powerful closing tool. The only question now is, on your next call, which secret are you going to listen for first? Will it be their tone, the pause, or their breath?